8 key places where financial modeling is used. Are you good with raw data, organizing it, forecasting, and projecting, while making insightful recommendations? Then you might be the professional that finance companies need for their financial model development. The skill set used to be for investment banking, but now many careers use it. Here are 8 key places where financial modeling is used. 8. Startups. The fact that a business is a startup does not mean that you do not need the suitable financial models to go by it. The start of the business operation is where the numbers must be predicted. The predicted cash flow, expenses, and revenue are valuable for the company's forecasting. The finance team of any startup should ensure that a comprehensive financial model is prepared for the business. If there is no financial team, then the founders should put it together. The company can also hire a private professional to handle the financial model preparation. Since a startup faces many challenges in its earlier years, it must have the right plans. You will not be a promising startup because you cannot forecast how to bring back money. You will be burning out in your early years. Once you understand that a new company will find itself in the red lines for about 5 years, you need a model that projects the necessary refunds to facilitate the subsequent financing round. All the financial difficulties and uncertainties should be recorded in this document to give the business an idea of where they stand and how they can get out of the various setbacks. A startup will use a financial model for its projections. 7. Mezzanine finance. When you are involved in mezzanine financing, you are embedded within equal chains of equity and debt. A mezzanine financier will allow you to hold on to their debt, but upon default, they will take over your company. In this case, the new owners are your company's priority, and they need to see satisfactory returns on their investment. The quality of the mezzanine is that it is a high-risk form of debt. You make one wrong move, and the company falls into the hands of the investors. These types of investments are accepted for specific projects, which have a short lifespan. Another interesting fact is that many companies take mezzanine financing from existing company shareholders so that in the case of default, they take more shares. In lending capital through mezzanine finance, you need to be sure that the company can pay you back. You will also have to establish that if you get equity, you will be leading a company that will make money for you. Those are the reasons financial modeling is essential for mezzanine financing. It will be terrible to find that you gave a high-risk loan to a company lacking growth capacity and development. The data and projections help mezzanine financiers make a decision. 6. Private equity. A private equity firm buys out a company and holds on to its operations for the long term. Many private equity professionals spend a lot of time creating financial models. The process of a leveraged buyout could not be done without proper insights into projections. The firm will look at all the business plans, the management, reputation, and growth capacity when investing money. That is why they will spend a lot of time buried in data and visual analysis of the company's data. If the numbers of a company do not show any growth levels, and there seems to be a profit cap, then the private equity firm will be wasting their time investing in them. They will need a financial model to plan all their investments and the right places to spend their money. The SWOT parts will tell them the strengths and weaknesses of each investment, which can be healthy for decision-making. In private equity, the more they know about the company, the better. It makes for a better playing field and a more balanced investment. As such, in private equity, you will need a lot of financial modeling to go around. 5. Venture capital. The concept of venture capital is investors that pump money into promising startups. The primary purpose for this is to take advantage of the early points of the company to put in money and then make profits at the start. The capital given to these startups will need to yield results, so the investors will have to identify the profit points. The usual job of the financial model is to help understand the market and its dynamics and the profit margins that the new company will amass. The solutions that this new company offers will help calculate their market position once launched and what they will expand with. There are times where the venture capital considers the company's model as well-standing. In the case that they do, they will both rely on the company's model. But if the company does not have one, then the investors will have to create their own to ascertain the value of the business. A venture capital group of investors handing money out to new companies will mean that they will need financial modeling to make many decisions. 4. Commercial banking. To figure out how effective the debt service of a creditor is, the commercial banks have to use a financial model. The knowledge of debt service will give them a good idea of how the company will satisfy the bank's credit. When you go to a bank to take loans, they will have to use models to identify how qualified you are. A commercial bank will not typically have all the financial model statements for a simple lending scenario. But when the money involved is enormous and the company uses equity as collateral, there is a valid reason to make financial models for your business to see how the company will service the loans you owe. The people who work in the banks do not have the best professional financial modeling skills because it is not a strong suit and a general requirement. But when the situations demand a model statement, they have to get one. There are times when the bank also takes up initiatives of supporting small businesses with prizes. These are other opportunities to have their financial models up and running. The commercial banking sector is one of the critical places that use financial models. 3. Real estate. If you want to have a career in real estate, you need to polish your skills in financial modeling. When a real estate project manager starts a new job, he has to design a model for each of them. Every new estate or building will have to probe the financial leverage of the project and the cash flow. The banking support and other investor lines of cash flow should also be worked out. The real-life scenarios of anything going wrong and how to fix it are all set in the model. The model will run as a test of the project and work as a guide for the whole project. A real estate project needs to develop a financial model because of the massive investments that go through a single project. It is imperative to settle on a background numbers chart to help everyone see the preliminary plan and the contingency for when things don't go the way they should. Due to its vast potential, a real estate financial model is often more elaborate than the average model. Once you think about real estate, you need to start with financial modeling. 2. Corporate development. The Corporate Development Group uses a corporate financial model template for its activities. This template often deals with fundraising and mergers and acquisition. That is the work of the corporate development in an organization. The team works primarily in public companies, and their duties include completing transactions that bring more money in the company. So the company merging with another company or acquiring new markets, they are responsible for it. These professionals have to find out about the other companies before approving their involvement with their own companies. If you work in corporate development, where you must find ways to bring money in from the outsides, you must be diligent in your work. You have to create the financial model to ensure that whatever business you are going into is for the better and will last into the future. Your role as a corporate development professional in a public company makes it your duty to provide the financial model of your company to the other companies on demand. 1. Investment banking. The financial modeling concept has always been considered the footnote of investment banking. The bankers use this Excel model to determine if a company is ready for investment. The actual value of a company can be found in the financial model. You will also know how much they have to raise to get back on their feet through a model. That will be the best time to determine if you should invest in the company or not. The investment bankers work across government departments, schools, public and private companies, and large corporations worldwide. Every investment banker has in-depth knowledge of financial models. They can build several in a short time because they constantly have to create these models. The financial modeling concept has helped many companies enhance growth and cut down risks. Have you had the chance to build your financial model for your business or company? What are the most difficult steps, and what do you consider easy about it? We would appreciate it if you join the conversation in the comments.